Hey friends, I'm Amy, and today we're making Tuscan chicken. So it's definitely not from Tuscany. This is very much an inspired by type of a dish, but this is a dinner that's now a staple in my home. One, because it's so easy to throw together, and two, because it is so delicious and flavorful and so versatile that it's become one of my go-to recipes when I just don't know what to make for dinner. It's also pretty much a one-pan dinner unless you decide to make other stuff on the side. And now my mouth's watering because I love this so much, so let's get cooking. To start, we're doing our choppy prep. We need 3 cloves of minced garlic, although I'm using 4 here since these cloves are kind of small. If you use pre-minced garlic, this would be about 3 teaspoons. Mince the garlic, and it doesn't really need to be very finely minced, just a real good chop, and then set the garlic to the side. Next, we need a packed half cup of sun-dried tomatoes, and we want to chop these up into maybe thumbnail-sized pieces. You want them to be similar in size to like raisins. You can also dice up a small onion here if you want onions in your dish. Set these to the side as well, and that is all of the veggie choppy prep for this dish. The last choppy prep is the star of our show, the chicken. So you're gonna need about 1.5 pounds of chicken. 2 large chicken breasts that have been butterflied, or even 5 to 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs are what you want for this. Which one? It really just depends on your preference or what you have on hand. I'm using chicken breast since that's what I have ready. Pat the chicken dry with a paper towel. Season the chicken on both sides with about 1 teaspoon of coarse salt and about 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper total. And that is all the choppy prep for this recipe. To the stove, and we need a large, heavy bottom skillet like this stainless steel. Heat a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil over medium heat until the oil is hot and shimmery, and then add the chicken in 2 batches to avoid crowding the pan. Sear the chicken for a few minutes on each side until it starts showing some golden color. The chicken is not going to be fully cooked through at this point. We just want to sear it to bring out some more complex flavor. Once all the chicken is seared, set it all to the side on a plate. Back to the pan. Reduce the heat to medium and add another teaspoon to a tablespoon of oil. If you're including onion, add it now and saute it until it's softened. If not, go directly to the minced garlic and the sun-dried tomatoes. Saute these, stirring constantly to avoid burning them, for about 15 to 20 seconds. Add in a teaspoon each of oregano and basil. If you're not using onion, you can also add in some onion powder for flavor here if you like. Saute the seasonings with the garlic and the tomatoes for another 15 to 30 seconds at most, and then slowly pour in 1¼ cups of heavy cream in small increments while you stir. Now, if you want a slightly less rich version of this, you can use half and half instead, but the sauce will be a little thinner at the end. Stir and scrape up the fond at the bottom of the pan as you add the cream so we keep all that delicious flavor. Next, add in a 6-ounce bag of baby spinach and stir until the spinach wilts into the sauce. It's gonna look like a lot, but it wilts down a ton as it cooks. When the spinach is wilted, stir in 1 ounce of shredded Parmesan cheese. This is gonna be about 1/2 cup of pretty packed fresh grated cheese, or about 1/3 cup of store-bought grated cheese. Add the chicken back into the pan, as well as any juices on the plate. Bring the sauce to a simmer if it's not already there, and let this gently simmer until the chicken is fully cooked through. Spoon the sauce over the top of the chicken so it doesn't kind of start to dry out, and I even covered the pan for about 5 to 6 minutes. When the chicken reaches 165 degrees, remove the pan from the heat, and dinner is served. You can eat this just as it is for a rich and creamy one-pan meal, or you can serve this over pasta, rice, mashed potatoes, any sort of starch to soak up that delicious sauce. I also added some fresh steamed broccoli on the side because why not? More veggies are always good. Top it with some more shredded Parmesan and try not to fall in love with this meal. Me, I just can't get enough of this. It's rich and creamy with the mild earthiness of the spinach and that tangy, intense flavor of the tomatoes. Garlic, oregano, basil, you can taste everything in this dish. Nothing overpowers the rest. You get everything in every bite, and it's just delicious. I served it over pasta, but I also love this over mashed potatoes. Roasted asparagus also goes wonderfully with this, so I would highly recommend trying that one too. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment below if you're enjoying making delicious meals and treats with me. Come and hang out with me on Wednesdays because we're learning how to make all of our favorite restaurant foods at home. They're turning out even better than the restaurants, and we're getting double the food for half the price, and a lot of times even more than that. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another comforting, cozy, home-cooked meal. Bye.